My name is Dr. Tony Smith from Palmdale, California. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I've been in practice for 30 years now. I'm in a multidisciplinary facility of orthopedic surgeons, pain management, general physician, and podiatry. I'm really excited to talk about the X39 because I've never seen anything like it. And the beauty of it is actually backed by science. And what I mean by that is that the X39 has been clinically proven to activate something called copper peptides. And copper peptides have actually been studied since 1973 and have multiple studies clinically proving that it does enhance our healing properties in our body. So some of the things that copper peptides do is activate our own body's stem cell production. And as we age, our stem cell activity decreases significantly. So that's why we start to show our aging, we recover slower. Stem cells are the foundational cells of every tissue and organ in the body. So when we start to wake up that dormant system, a lot of things start to happen, and we actually can create some regeneration in the body and improve our overall health and wellness. The other thing that copper peptides do is help reduce inflammation. They help with reinnervation, revascularization, help control pain. One of the other things I was really surprised in when I was doing some more research about it is that it actually has some anti-clotting factors to it, so it can be significant in that region as well. But one of the big things that goes on with copper peptides is it actually helps produce collagen, and collagen is the foundational cell of every ligament, tendon, and bone. As we age, we start to see a decline in those regions as well. So if we want to be proactive and actually enhance our healing properties and possibly our bone density down the road, staying on the X39 can be very important and instrumental in our overall health and well-being. I know everybody wants immediate results. I mean, we live in a microwave society, so when anything happens, we expect it to be gone right away. But realistically, with the X39, it's working behind the scenes. It's doing the reinnervation, revascularization, all the other things, regeneration in our body. So it takes time to do that. Think if you have a cut or abrasion, how much time it takes to heal those types of issues, because the body works at a certain pace. And it depends on how healthy you are in the first place. But the whole point of it is that the X39 is not going to change your life overnight. It's a period of time that you need to wear it consistently for a longer period of time. And because it is working, whether you feel it or not, there are things going on in your body that is going to be instrumental in your health and well-being down the road. And I honestly believe, looking at all the research and everything about it, that the X39 can help not only enhance, maybe add days to our lives, not weeks, months, but I really believe that the X39 is going to wake up a dormant system in our body that's going to help us add years to our lives. And I truly believe that, and I think it'll make a big impact with a lot of people across the country. All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I am a new user for the X39 lifewave patches. I had a surgery and I came back to work and I was experiencing some growing pain, and my chiropractor said, "Here, try these patches." I was like, okay. I was pretty skeptical, I must say, but later that evening my pain went from a 6 to a 3, much more tolerable.
I'm Carrie Robertson from Houston, Texas, and I began using lifewave patches back in December of 2022. I actually got started because I had extreme discomfort in my body and I was really looking for relief. As a result, I had that within a few days, and then changes began to start, and they've been incredible over the past 14 months. One, in sleep. The quality of my sleep improved greatly, and of course that makes a huge impact on everything else. My hair has completely just done an amazing thing with the thickness of it, the length of it, and the gray hair going away, which is a plus. But also, just began to see the body change over time, and so I've gone from a 10-12 down to a size 2, and it's been the most incredible thing I've ever done for all of the changes that have taken place. And so I'm absolutely thrilled that I got started.
Hello, Vincent St. Louis here. I've been using the LifeWave X39 stem cell activation patch for over a year now. Absolutely phenomenal results, many different results. The first thing I noticed when I first started a year and a half ago was I had horrible plantar fasciitis on the bottom of my right heel. It was horrible pain. I couldn't go to the store for very long. I couldn't walk very long. Standing for any amount of time was horrible. I changed my shoes. I put gel pads underneath my heels in my shoes. None of that worked. After just 2 weeks on this product, I was about 50% pain-free. Another 2 weeks later, 100% pain-free. I've been pain-free from plantar fasciitis now for over a year and a half, you guys. That's a big deal.
She gave me 3 patches. She said, just put them on. So I wore them. The first day I wore them, like I have a very enlarged prostate. And I've been going to the bathroom, getting up every night, 5 times a night for the past 10 or 15 years. I noticed on the first day I wore the patch, that night, I only got up 3 times. I said, oh, that's interesting. The second day, that night, I only got up 2 times to go to the bathroom. The third patch, the third day, I only got up 1 time. I said, wait a minute. So I said, Deborah, I don't know what's in these patches, but I need some more. And so, oh my God. And from that point on, I have not gotten up barely 1 time a night since October of last year. And I have a very enlarged prostate. Now, you men out there who are listening, my PSA count is 42. So you know what that means. It should be around 3 or 4 at my age. And I'm 64 years old. So you know I was getting up that many times at night. Then I have another issue. I used to do sign language for many years, ASL. I developed carpal tunnel syndrome in my hands. I was not able to use my fingers. I had to stop doing sign language. After I wore the patch 1 week, I'm able to move my fingers, no pain, no inflammation, no arthritis in it, and it's beautiful. Then I had a third testimony. In the same week, I injured my shoulder 3 years ago. So I had a torn rotator cuff. I was not able to put my arm above my head or behind my back for 3 years. In the same week, I wearing this little bitty simple patch. And 1 week, I was able to move my arm like this right here, put behind my back, and no pain whatsoever. Then I have a fourth testimony. I'm a diabetic, but I was that close by amputation. I had black toenails. I had neuropathy. I had gout. It was crucial. I had splits on the bottom of my feet. Fortunately, it never turned to gangrene. Oh, thank God for that. Literally, after 30 days, my toenails are white. My splits close up, ladies and gentlemen. I have no more neuropathy pain. All that went away within 30 days. It's just a miracle. But I saved the best for last. This is my 5th testimony. In 2014, I'm going to talk real slow. Listen to me. I was diagnosed with congested heart failure. I was also diagnosed with PAH. Those initials stand for pulmonary arterial hypertension. It's a very rare disease. That is no cure, I was told. So I've been wearing the patch since October. I've been going to my cardiologist every 3 months. I visit my cardiologist back in February of this year, February the 1st of this year. He took my blood pressure when I first walked in. My blood pressure was 124/60. He said, Mr. King, what are you doing? I said, I'm wearing a patch. I showed him my patch that was on the back of my neck. He said, what's that? I said, it's a stem cell reactivation patch. He said, what? I said, go to your computer and type in X39.com. He turns around, types in, he said, oh my God. He said, I heard of stem cell injection shots, but you mean you can put on a patch and it can reactivate your own cells, stem cell? I said, yes, sir. He couldn't believe it. So he said, well, I'm not going to take you off your medicine, but I need to do your lab work first. He said, come back tomorrow and we do your lab work. So I came back the next day and he did a test. It is called B-type natriuretic peptide. In other words, in layman's terms, that measures the proteins in your body around your heart and whether or not the condition of your heart, whether or not you have congested heart failure or anything going wrong. Now, before in 2014, my range was over 200. It should be within 100. He did my test. The standard range should be under 100. Guess what mine was? It was below 100. It wasn't 90. It wasn't 80. It wasn't 70 or 60 or 50 or 40 or 30 or 20. It was 10. 10. That means I no longer have congested heart failure. Unbelievable. I no longer have that pulmonary arterial hypertension, which they say it's no cure.
If you're still working to wrap your mind around the more than 80 independent clinical and research studies that back up LifeWave claims, or if you just simply love this technology already and enjoy seeing it work fast, we've brought you to a quiet farm in Southern California to witness the instant power of LifeWave. Not on humans, but on horses. In fact, 2 published studies in 2005 and 2011 involving no fewer than 175 horses One of them, with a placebo-controlled element, showed significant reduction in pain using LifeWave, as shown by before and after infrared thermal images, plus generally accepted veterinarian methods for locating and measuring pain points in horses. Didn't take him too long to find some pain.
That's pain.
On goes the patch. And then look at the difference.
Stand right here. Oh, wow. And just push as hard as I can.
And now watch this.
About went to his knees. When I done this a minute ago, what the horse done? The horse kind of stumbled.
Now what John did next really does bring focus to how fast this technology can work.
I removed the patch.
Oh.
I'm gonna take them off. Pain's probably already back, watch.
No kidding. He's reacting.
Reacting. Again.
Just like that.
Yep. And we're gonna repatch again.
And it won't react?
Won't react.
On go the patches again.
Wow.
I heard a wow over there.
Yeah. Till you see it in person, they don't believe it. All right?
And with the patches back on? Look at that. Oh, that's incredible.
And again. See, I'm just digging in that spot.
Yes, you are.
I'm digging more pressure. And this is danger zone. I'm asking this horse and inviting this horse to kick me.
Just calm down. Just calm down.
Unbelievable. So
Case studies show that the first few days of wearing the X39, 4,000 genes begin to reset. The brain becomes balanced within 6 weeks. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased and your heart reverses in age within 6 months. 80 independent case studies show that the X39 patch works to increase copper peptide production in the blood, which can improve tissue repair, stimulate blood vessel and nerve growth, and improve skin. A double-blind study revealed a significant increase in the production of 8 amino acids, which improved short-term memory, sleep, and vitality. That's why so many dementia patients are getting relief with this. Another study showed a significant increase in copper peptide concentrations in the blood of subjects who had worn X39 patches for 1 week. They're proven to activate healthy stem cells, proven to increase copper peptide, patented and clinically proven technology, FDA recognized general wellness product, a class 1 medical device, non-transdermal and non-invasive, waterproof and showerproof, 96% effective and very affordable, less than the cost of a cup of coffee and a money-back guarantee.